Hello YouTube, my name is DS and welcome to another speculation video that involves the Nintendo Direct. Oh wow, original, am I right? Given the fact that my last video was about the Nintendo Direct, and this one is also about the Direct, but this time it involves more than just Nintendo. Could be one of the first times I'm talking about Sony and Microsoft as a whole with Nintendo at the alongside of making not really predictions but the whole video as a whole as to we know there might be a Direct coming soon. We know that the PlayStation reveal, the PlayStation 5 reveal, and the complete Series X reveals should be right around the corner. As a matter of fact, right now it's March 16th, 2020. We're already almost a quarter of the way through the year, and we know PlayStation 5 and Series X are coming out later this year. And again, today is the 16th of March, 2020. In 4 days, Nintendo will be dropping, honestly, their biggest game of the first half of the year at the very least, in Animal Crossing New Horizons. And after that, they don't have any games titled, and they only have one game announced in the form of Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. So the question is, today I'm making a video obviously, because right now the world is facing a pandemic in the form of the coronavirus, which, by the way, YouTube, screw you for not allowing people to talk about the most important, one of the most current things out there. Yes, if you talk about the coronavirus and if you say coronavirus, your video gets demonetized, and I think this is one of the things that YouTube really falls short of what it should do. This is one of the events we need to talk about. This is not an event that should be hidden away. This is something that people should be talking about and not hide it and demonetize people and disencourage people to talking about it. This is an important deal that we're all facing. Now, the coronavirus is not... I'll be saying coronavirus because honestly, to me, it doesn't matter. I don't make money off of YouTube, so getting demonetized doesn't matter. Unless YouTube somehow, some way blocks this video, then I'll probably go back in editing, and every time I say coronavirus, either put myself over it saying COVID-19 or just bleep it out. And if you're hearing me bleep it, if every time I say coronavirus you're just hearing a bleep, that's what it is. That's what's happening. It's not my fault. It's YouTube being a pain in the butt. But anyway, this video is about should these companies, these specific three, have events where they announce and discuss future games and the upcoming console releases. Well, for example, GDC was happening this week. It's been delayed to the summer. E3 outright cancelled, just in the gaming sphere. But should the events, the conferences and things go and keep going? Well, right now Nintendo has announced that yes, they will be going forth basically with their timely scheduled. We are getting an Indie World event tomorrow, which is going to be, hopefully will be great. I think they're going to be like usual, good beginning, good ending, and cool things in the middle. But a lot of people, this has been the topic of discussion I've seen of like, should they announce it? Should they have Direct? Should the PlayStation 5 be revealed? Should the Series X be revealed? Right now, given the state of the world, there's a lot of uncertainty about what's coming in the near future. There's a lot of fear. We are facing a pandemic after all, and countries like Italy are on complete lockdown mode. Spain is heading there. Germany is heading there. Or not Germany, France is heading there. Portugal sooner or later will be there. I'm in Portugal right now. I'm on holiday. I've been saying, God damn it, did I time my holidays right on the money? Because I was on holiday last week, and this week I'm on vacation. Funnily enough, because of my birthday, and I even said by my birthday we'll probably be getting already a vaccine. Should everything go according to plan in Germany, I wouldn't be too shocked if we get a vaccine sooner rather than later, and a way to contain this, because right now that's the problem with the coronavirus, is containmentship and not actually deadliness. And right now there's a YouTube called Roy, let me just get the name correctly, Roy Lab Stats, that has a live stream that goes up on and like giving us the numbers of like people that are infected right now, the total cases, not people that are infected, total cases, how many people have unfortunately passed how many have fortunately recovered, and how many people, and how many countries this is at. Portugal, for example, last time I made a Nintendo the direct the predictions or when would it happen, and then Portugal we had 0 cases. Right now we have 331, and I think the first case was on March the 2nd, and I believe, let me just make sure I'm not lying, that came out, that was a day after my, a day after my when will Nintendo Direct, General Direct happen video happen. Portugal had its first case of coronavirus. Funnily enough, me saying in the video, we have none, and the next day we had a lot. And Jesus Christ, Germany just jumped twice in terms of reported and confirmed cases. That's also the thing I'm going to say that I don't like. It's the idea of every time I see a news broadcast, every midday in Portugal, that's when the numbers are updated. I don't like hearing the numbers, not the numbers being revealed. I don't like how it's announced as like today we had 86 new cases reported, and I don't like the name of like it's brand new 86 new cases. No, it's 86 people have been diagnosed with it, and that's what I don't like, the term. But I'm getting a little bit out of the thing with the video. The video is, should the announcements come? Should we have the announcements of should we have the Nintendo Direct? Should the Indies event tomorrow happen? Should PlayStation announce PS5? Should Microsoft announce the Series X? Should they happen in the next month? Let's put it that way. Should they happen or should they be delayed? I've heard some people say like they need to be delayed. We don't need to hear about these things right now, because what we need right now, there's a place where in an uncertain times we need to be more in a transition state. There's people still going out and partying at night like it was nothing, which to me is ridiculous. I understand where they're coming from in a sense, because like to me, I'm not concerned about myself getting the coronavirus. If I get the coronavirus, I've even made the joke like it's gonna be an extended vacation for me, my guys. I'm gonna go, I'll get the virus, I go to the hospital, and I'll be there or at home, and in 2 to 3 weeks I'll be back to normal. I'll be cured, most likely I'll be recovered. I'm 25, almost 26. Statistics say that I will survive already. Statistics already put me in a good place to live, because it's a 3% roughly worldwide of death due to the coronavirus. Italy is the one suffering the most because of the aging people. Then in those 3%, like 100% of people have been under the age of 70 that have gotten the corona and died. So percentage-wise, statistics say that I'm very, 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 very likely to live. Very likely that I will survive this if I get the coronavirus. My problem for me is not me getting the coronavirus and getting sick. My problem is giving it to other people. You know, giving to my grandparents, my great-grandma, even my great-uncles, giving to one of my aunts that is pregnant, giving it to somebody else that then will give it to their grandparents. That's my problem. That's my problem. Oh, we had just had an update from, I believe, Germany, and look at that. Even though it's bad news when somebody dies, but hey, at least 51 people have been recovered. We have to look at the good thing. And Germany is having a good ratio, let's put it that way. They have 16 deaths, which are still unfortunate, but they have 110 recoveries, which is great. Here in Portugal, I'm surprised we haven't had a death yet, which is great. They're inevitable. This is one of the things that are inevitable, but what are you gonna do? Let's just hope that for the best. Right now, obviously, most of the world is in contention mode. We're not going out there. We don't have a lot of the world open because like for example Portugal might go into lockdown, not because of we have a lot of deaths going around or this is killing a lot of people. It's mostly because to stop it from spreading. I'm fully expecting I'll start working. My first day of work is going to be next Wednesday, the 25th. I'm fully expecting it that from the day I return from work until the day that, like, for the next 15 days afterwards, I'm expecting to work every single day. Because if we go into quarantine, it's going to be at least 15 days where the country is beyond on shutdown mode. We're going to be locked down, let's put it that way. And I'm expecting, obviously quarantine doesn't mean that we're always going to be at home. Most of us will be at home. I'm expecting every day to go to work and for me to be the person in my house, and yeah, I'm in my house that will go, we need something to buy, I'm the one doing it because I'm already at work, so it fits. But looking at the world, one more recovery from Croatia, that's nice. I have the live stream open because it's a morbid curiosity. We also in times, this year is not been that good of a year. We began the year making World War III memes, and right now the world is at war basically, but with an invisible enemy. We have to wait just and see what happens. But going back to the topic of the video, that's what it should be. Should the directs and all these things happen? There's 2 cases, 2 points, and I think that was making the point for the other people of no. I personally think the direct, the PlayStation event, the Microsoft event, I don't know what to call it, should all happen. They should all go ahead. Now more than ever. Now more than ever. I think the directs, the PlayStation events, the Microsoft events, more than ever, Netflix, more than ever, games coming out, more than ever, not movies, because movies, going to streaming devices will be great. We need those, because right now the world, Italy is in quarantine. Italy is in quarantine, and this is a great example of what's happening. In Italy, they are in quarantine. Pornhub went and said, if right now in Italy, for you to get the premium accounts at Pornhub, I believe they're free because people need something to do. For better or for worse, until this passes over, the country, obviously no country in the world is going to be stopped. We can't stop. The planet cannot stop. Although there's the joke of right now we want to go somewhere, you can't. Earth is closed to today. From Infinity War rings more true today than ever. But the planet will not stop. We can't stop. It can't stop. It will be horrible if the planet stopped, and we have to make sure that it doesn't. Obviously right now Europe is the main place where the problem is at. Right now Italy, whoa, stream I think went down. Italy right now, no, it went down and back up. It just black screen and went back up. Italy right now is the country in the world with the most amount of people in the hospital, or people infected, actively infected with the coronavirus. China still number 2, but China greatly reducing their numbers with Iran and Spain coming right afterwards. And it's interesting to look in retrospect, like Japan being a very quick recovery. South Korea, not as many recoveries given the numbers that we have, but also speeding towards the improvement. So basically all we're doing right now is wait. So a lot of people are at home, and I don't feel like, until yesterday, Portuguese, one of the Portuguese TV networks had their main head honcho be on the news. I forgot, was forever is friggin' the news, saying like, while they cancelled 1 hour beforehand, they cancelled this year's Big Brother. They're the ones that will be transmitting Big Brother. They're like, we need other things in the schedule, because they need, reporters and news outlets need to breathe. The people need to breathe. We need to be distracted. We cannot just stay at home and worry, because the worst thing that we can do is panic. The worst thing that can happen right now is people panicking. And that's what people have been doing, and that's the wrong way to go about. The fact that people not only panicked, but people went in droves to the supermarket to buy toilet paper they will not need. That's not helping anything. I think that a Nintendo Direct or a PlayStation event or an Xbox event are needed today, so that we not only get our minds clear about what happened, and unfortunately we just had another update of another death, this time in Sweden. We need these games, we need these events to clear our mind, for us to look forward ahead into the future and have something to look forward to, because no matter what, this will not end the world. Germany and Canada apparently are getting close to having a cure, a vaccine to the coronavirus, and hopefully they do, so that the world can start moving forward. And that's what I mean with having the direct and why it should happen, because it should happen not just because of like, oh, this should happen just to help us all get distracted from what's going on. It's not going to move the world forward, obviously, but it's going to get our minds off of what's happening. Because again, the pandemic, the problem with the coronavirus is not the deadliness of it, is how it's easily transmitted, and we need to contain it before, everybody gets infected. And with everybody infected, there are going to be more deaths, just because we will need people to take, like, it's going to end up being a pick and choose, because like people with more risk might suffer from it. And more deaths, Jesus, 2 more in one more in Great Britain and another one in the USA. Jesus Christ. But I think it's one of those things that, like, we need to wait and see. Now, one more in Great Britain. It was one more in Britain. The US was one more case, which is not bad. It was just a big update all at once. But right now we all need a distraction, all of us, and it's the perfect. Also, funnily enough, if Nintendo planned the Direct, for example, right now speculation is that the Direct is going to happen next week. If the Direct was always planned to next week, Nintendo lucked out on the perfect date, because everybody's at home now, and it ends up being perfect now. Everybody sees it. But I do believe it will be the perfect. They should do it, even if it's just to distract the world a little bit and give us something to look forward to in the future. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Tell me in the comment section, what do you think? Should the directs happen? Should these events happen, or should they be delayed until the world is more in a transitional phase after the coronavirus? Should they happen now and give us something to look forward to? So anyway, thank you guys for watching. I've been Legend of the S, and stay safe out there. Stay home if you can, and if you're not, take all the precautions necessary not to get the coronavirus and not to transmit it to the people that would be very much in danger of it. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.